Hi. We're doing another one. Last time I was all over the place trying to talk about multiple things. Today, which is minutes after, not minutes, it's like actually been a few hours after, I folded some laundry. We watched like maybe 3 episodes of The Simpsons. We're in season 8. Season 8 is not yet bad. It's still, there's still surprisingly great moments. We just watched, the last episode we watched was the chili hallucination episode, which I still think is a great episode. It's the first time The Simpsons kind of embraced like kind of more expensive, more off the wall animation. Elder Blake for 32. Yeah, I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think we're gonna get. Yeah, we're gonna get now. Hopefully it's nice and easy in there, but it's got some wild animation that seems kind of like maybe more in line with some of the early Simpsons stuff, but then they didn't have the budget, or animation wasn't far. Western animation wasn't really far along enough for it to be that interesting in its portrayal of certain things. Oh boy. Alright. And so there's a lot of the early Simpsons. What the fuck is going on? Jackie's like beating something with a hammer. A lot of stuff in The Simpsons is really kind of, it's not super cookie cutter. It's not like the Flintstones or the Jetsons or anything like that, where like they basically never move the people. They just, or they never animate anything different with the people. They just move their arms and whatever. They're kind of puppeteered. Oh, man. It's a shame. It's a shame to see. But you know, it's not. It didn't get into the like Ren and Stimpy levels of like very specific frames, everything looking different and weird and all over the place all the time. And then you get, okay, so we need this no matter what. 32 might be hard. Fuck! Well, fuck. I can't believe I got hit there. But you know, shows later on started doing, hey, that's great. Started doing, man, now we might not have enough for Elder Blank. And we would have had enough in terms of keys. Get away from the water barrel. Terrible. But, you know, in the 90s, there were a lot of shows that were going for more expensive animation. It kind of became a sign of like of not really like an off the wall, but like of an invested, dedicated animation studio, was for them to do like a lot of unique frames, a lot of like specific things, a lot of really detailed drawings and certain stuff. And I think Ren and Stimpy, R. Krause or whatever the guy's name was, kind of started that movement. And you know, then you had more influences from Japan. You had people treating animation like an expressive medium instead of just cartoons for kids. And I think The Simpsons was responsible in a lot of ways for people thinking of cartoons as more than just stuff for kids. But at the same time, as it still kept the techniques pretty pedestrian, pretty simplistic. Dude, come on. Okay, we got enough. Cool. But you finally, in the episode, the chili hallucination episode, with the coyote and everything, you get a little bit of variety. Oh, it's amazing. You get a little bit of variety, you get a little bit of like an interesting take on the actual presentation of the show, which just basically didn't exist in the oh shit. Cursed items gives me 2 from Elder Blank. Cursed events 2.5. Alright. We're going into kind of high curse territory for this early. Maybe I should have bought it. Well, maybe I should have bought it before we bought the other stuff. Gun Soul. I fucking hate the Gun Soul. It gives us health. I didn't know that. That's gotta be new. I'm a fan of the anvil, so Gunsoul giving us a heart. I gotta look that up. I don't think that's always been the case. I guess it always gave a heart. Weird. Old Knight's Flask. If we get Old Knight's Flask, it spawns bonfires in every shop and elevator next to the... and every elevator to the next floor. If the player dies, they will respawn at the last bonfire they activate instead of at the start of the floor. Okay. There's some cool synergies in there. Yeah, I don't know. Season 8 Season 8 is a weird one because you can start to feel it. You can feel the beginnings of it wearing thin, but it hasn't fallen off yet. It's still got a lot of charm. Homer's starting to be like a little rude all the time, which is just, it's weird. It's not like, it's not always like for a reason. It sometimes just feels like they decided they needed somebody with a little sass or something, and so they made Homer kind of smart talk every situation, and it doesn't feel right to his character. He still is pretty loving towards his family. He's still, in general, a good guy. He's not like just doing things for the effect of it yet. Which, you know, he always kind of chased whatever. There was an episode, it was the, I can't remember how the episode started, but at some point Homer got, like what the main, I can't remember exactly what the main story was, but at some point Homer got access to an auto dialer and started just like asking people for money and eventually got arrested. But it's like, it doesn't make much sense for him to do that with his character. It feels like such a weird stretch for him to do something. You know, there's been other times where he's kind of broken the law or whatever, but it's the first time. Maybe it's not even the first time. It just feels weird. I guess there's no other or better way to say it. It feels like they're just they need someone to do something zany, and so they assign it to Homer, even if it doesn't really fit his character. You know, there's the Homer the Vigilante episode. That's the one I'm thinking that kind of also has him going out of character. Or not out of character, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is out of character. It just, whenever Homer is just like strange behavior for the sake of moving the episode forward. I feel a little like I want to push back against it because I don't think that I don't think he should be a malicious character. I think he should be an inept character, maybe a oh man, that sucked. Maybe like a, you know, criminally negligent character in some of the cases, like Maggie getting trapped in the newspaper stand, things like that, but never just like motivated criminally. But then again, you have the episode where he sees that truck with all the sugar in it and he tries to sell the sugar. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to check my privilege about what Homer is and is not. And maybe Homer needs to be more consistent. Maybe the real problem is that Homer often fits too many shoes. And I think that's maybe a greater problem with The Simpsons in general, trying to tell so many stories with what's actually a pretty limited cast. Like, you know, you got the episode where suddenly Bart loves ballet. Like, you got the episode where Lisa loves the bully. You got all these episodes where characters are doing things that don't really make sense because you need somebody to do it. And who would care if, like, Bart was... They already did Bart dating someone who was bad for him, but, you know, that someone who was bad for him was someone who was similar to him. It's just... It's the reason that a show shouldn't go on forever. In my opinion, at least. Like, at a certain point, you're trying to squeeze blood from a stone. It's like... I don't know. When you need Homer to be extremely incompetent and destructive and stuff all the time, you just have to keep... You essentially have to keep raising the stakes and raising the destructiveness of his behavior to the point where it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even seem like him. And once you get there, I feel like maybe you'd be better off, you know, using another character. But who cares about a Chief Wiggum episode, or who cares about a whoever else episode? I think that's why you see in a lot of later episodes they try to fill in backstory. You got the Skinner becomes or Skinner's past completely is rewritten. You got all these episodes where suddenly characters have different backgrounds than kind of what was established. Like we watched another one where you know, Ned Flanders freaks out on everybody after a hurricane destroys his house, and it turns out that he's hated his parents forever, and you know, that's never mentioned at any point before this point. That could have a fuse on it. The other one's a mimic, so we'll be able to get both. Tingler's all right. Dang. That sucks. That really sucks. Scouter, we're at 5.5. Holy crap. The Scouter's good. Regardless. Alright, let's just go. So pulse cannon and anvil, I guess. We'll be using those two. I don't think The Simpsons, I don't think it's fair to judge it. I don't know if The Simpsons gets genuinely bad. I know that The Simpsons loses its loses a big chunk of what made it work. We've already seen some of the episodes where that's happened, where they just have a celebrity play that celebrity, and it's freaking horrible. And it's not funny, and they're just there to increase ratings the same way guest stars have on every show since the dawn of primetime ratings and sweep weeks and shit like that. Like, God, this room is hell. Use the walls. There's troubles. Trouble with the walls. Okay. But, you know, The Simpsons was at least for a time, it was like in direct opposition to so much of that it feels untrue to itself for it to be supported on the backs of guest stars and stuff like that. It's weird though. There's some episodes where they do it. It's so tongue-in-cheek and so like they do such a good job of making us realize that the guest star is kind of in on the joke at least, but at their expense. There's the weird one where Mel Brooks kind of shows up and he's making fun of Homer. There's the James Woods episode where he takes over the Quickie Mart and he pokes fun at him taking his acting career too seriously. There's a lot of stuff like that where the celebrity guest stars are wonderfully utilized to show how ridiculous it is for celebrities to be celebrities in the face of, you know, a small town of bumbling idiots and incompetent nincompoops. And like there's a point at which it kind of turns into like it's just too obvious that they're guest stars, you know? It's too frank. Or go open that secret room as soon as we get a charge. And there's plenty of other stuff that's you know, not necessarily like, it's not bad, it's not worse than other shows of the time, it's worse than itself. And it's like, it's kind of a reminder that like some things don't need to live forever. Some things need to retire. Some things need to call it quits when they've done the best that they can, instead of just becoming tired and unsure of itself and speaking up against its own morals. There's so many people that follow the same path that like they age into bad behavior, or maybe not bad behavior, but like they lose sight of what matters. And I don't think it's that the staff of The Simpsons became disillusioned with their message. I think the staff of The Simpsons changed hands. It became run by a new group, and that new group, of course, that new group had a different outlook, a different focus. They were the group that was probably a little bit more under the thumb of the financial department of Fox Studios or whatever. Imagine you have a show that has changed the world like The Simpsons did, and it's like it's taken over. It's, oh god, it is the cash cow to end all cash cows. And then suddenly, you know, people stop watching. There's other things on other channels. MTV is like pulling in the numbers, the same people, the same sarcastic, the same sarcastic generation that, you know, you courted for so long is now supporting, you know, Beavis and Butthead and Daria and stuff like that. How do you keep up? Well, you got to do whatever it takes to get people to watch your show, and I think that led The Simpsons to being kind of bland, a blander version of itself. I guess the JK-47 goes along with it. Yeah, that'll be good. It's not great, but it'll do consistent damage while that's recharging, and it'll kind of help handle the explosives. It might have been a little cowardly, but who cares? You got the tools, use the tools. Dude, what the fuck? 6.5 curse? Really? Okay. I'm gonna open this brown chest. I bet it'll have the finished gun again. My camera is fucking weird these days. I don't know, man. I think I've talked about The Simpsons a lot. It's been a real like blast watching through it with Jackie. It's always nice to have a fresh pair of eyes on something that you treasure, because you get to see if it's nostalgia blindness or if it's really like a great, you know, great material. And I think like on this viewing of it, it's a 100% like knock 'em out of the park win for The Simpsons. Like, it's not nostalgia blindness, at least what is there's still content, there's still quality, regardless of how much of it is nostalgia blindness. Also, I just realized that same room was in both the Abbey and the Oubliette, maybe, or somewhere in the Oubliette, or the Abbey somewhere. We got a lot of curse. We got the maximum amount of curse we could deal with at this point. Damn, he's got a ton of health. Well, we got curse for good reasons, at least. Dude, fucking what? Mimic friendship is a hard, solid, stiff, erect no. I'm tempted in this watch through of The Simpsons to continue forward until it's impossible to keep watching. Like, until we hit the point where an episode like feels painful to sit down and watch. I think we might just keep at it. There's been a couple already, but those, they feel just like, you know, they feel like just jokes that don't land. They don't feel like, well, I mean, besides the Hullabalooza episode, they don't fully feel like they're trying to flip the script. They're trying to turn it into the show into something else. That one totally does, and I hate it for it. Damn, that was a very bad dodge there. Homer Simpson smiling politely is good on that one, though. It's really nice to see the moments that really kill it on these episodes that don't really have. You know, there's so many more parts that don't really work. Like I feel like they kind of started the filling in the backstories of these non-characters, these characters we fundamentally care less about. What's the synergy there? Pulse. With the Milhouse's parents' divorce episode, you know, that worked in a number of ways, because those were characters we never really thought about. I think Milhouse's characters or his parents weren't given characteristics before that episode. It wasn't understood that the dad is kind of past his prime loser, Milhouse-esque character. We're gonna leave that hard, actually. I do like that there's the Date with Density, I think, is the episode where Lisa falls in love with oh my god, what's his name? Not Milhouse. The anti-Milhouse. Nelson Muntz. That episode is great because, or that episode's not great, but it's great at establishing this weird, unrequited relationship between Milhouse and Lisa, and you know, it's almost like just a callback to the episode where the fortune teller shows Lisa her future. What was that? They have Milhouse as like a kind of sad, faded figure. God damn it. I'm not touching that. And I'm tired of all these fuses. Like, for real. Well, used our blank already. Alright, let's just go this and this. We can easily use blanks. We should definitely use blanks at all times. Okay, so much health. There's a real cesspool of excess health. There's an excess pool. Back. Why is my dog showing his health bar? Ooh! Close? Shit. Doggy. Oh my god, that's amazing. Come on. There we go. That's so great. I wonder if I still have a key. Yes. Alright, this is getting T-rashed. This is the last time it was useful. This is the last time it was useful. Last time it was useful. Alright. I kind of want, like, the... Oh, can't take the Old Knight's Flask. Straight back to the trash. That's a dang shame. This one is free. We'll see. We'll see if that's good or bad. A lot of fuses, not a lot of mimics, which is less than ideal. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah, we got enough. Got enough for that. Dang it. Go back to 55. Alright. Start 505. What else did we drop? Bunch of shit. That's alright. We're at 55. Let's see how I feel about this after a little bit of use. You know, the health bars could be really useful here. Oops, well, let me find things with a little bit more health. Dang. I don't like the Pit of Polaris. And I gotta do everything in my power to avoid succumbing to it. Not leave myself in situations where I'm trapped. Just using it instead of using a more sensible weapon. I should have just punched my way out of there. I gotta at least do the minimum. I mean, and I got infinite blank, so I should be popping mad B-lanks in the meantime. But tougher dudes should just get, they should get shotgunned. Come on, dude, where are you going? Should be the scrawny babies that are the only ones we gun down with Polaris itself. Thank God. We finally got a fuseless chest. It'd be cool if it was a mimic, though. Oh, I hate this room. I really despise this room. Minecarts are the fucking worst. Minecarts are the fucking absolute worst thing in this game. I'm glad that this is the only floor that they're really, or I guess Gatlin carts. This is the only floor that they're really present. I am probably going to give myself some armor before leaving this floor. I kind of want to just wait it out. Well, that's my goal regardless. So, don't fuck it up. Is this the room? Yeah. Did we get level 3? No. Once we get level 3, we're heading bossward. Don't forget, we got... This controller is drifting. Not just Nintendo that doesn't know how to make controllers these days. Don't kill him. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh my god, the dog keys are so doggone good. Or frequent, at least. I don't know why I keep getting a little nervous about reloading like I'm holding the rad gun. Good shit. That's good shit. Wait. Man, a fucking I didn't even mark it. Oh, the keys are out of control, and I fucking love it. Hot chili pepper tables. Okay. Boop boop. That's where we want to be. 6.5 with curse bullets. That is amazing. That is amazing. Going to this boy, this bad boy. Keep using the table. That is so dope. I did not expect. I kind of didn't even think about the possibility of curse bullets, but here we are. There's this this hair salon near where we go for lunch sometimes called Here We Are, and I think it's maybe one of the best named places in the whole goddamn world. So we're gonna spend all of our money, or most of it. I don't know exactly how I feel about this one, but oh man, this is probably exactly the same. This is exactly the same number of rooms. I don't know if it's exactly the same distance. Or get rid of these. We will almost guaranteed get junkin on this run. We already found the secret. Doi. Don't need to look for it. I don't exactly know what I want to use. There's like so many weapons that could either suck or be great with this kind of damage. You know, I kind of wonder what... No, it's not ready. It's not just the change of staff, right? That changed The Simpsons. It's got to be... I don't know if it's like the cultural landscape changed. I think it's more that maybe competition forced their hands. Maybe they were so successful that they prompted the world. Like, I don't know. I was trying to think when Family Guy aired. Because, you know, it kind of went both ways. Like, The Simpsons is in every way foundational to Family Guy. It's not to say that The Simpsons created the format. They definitely popularized the counterculture, countercultural adult joke cartoon that Seth MacFarlane, you know, really leaned into with Family Guy. But by the time Family Guy was airing, there was also Adult Swim really, like, showing that, you know, crude humor, if delivered well, had a place in the world. There was definitely a market for very adult jokes in cartoons, like very adult, not Ren and Stimpy. It's kind of gross. They're kind of, you know, secret gay lovers, that kind of stuff. Not where you had to peel back the layer, but just outright, straight up, explicit almost. Like, not like too hot for TV, but TV had changed into a place where, like, being counterculture was kind of the norm. And it made it hard for The Simpsons to retain its identity, retain its, like, heart and charm and stuff, while telling the same story, the same 30 characters over and over. They had to keep bringing in new characters just because there's, like, who gives a shit about Homer's wacky whatever. This is the third freaking Cursula. That's bananas. There's been a lot of extra shops on this run. But it's kind of like, it's got to be kind of just like super hard to write the same characters. Like, you either make them behave inexplicably, you let them be complete characters, or you just let them fucking die. Like, and you know, this is not disrespectful to the people who actually died, but like, I wish The Simpsons had just stopped existing after season, let's say 10. Give it 2 bad seasons, 2 seasons to really, for people to feel that it wasn't working. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who feel the same way about The Office. I'm not as much of an Office head. I really like the show. I think it's incredible. I think it's one of the best American shows in existence. But I haven't watched it 50 times like everybody else who owns Netflix, like, or everybody else who subscribes to Netflix owns it. I don't know. Like, that show, a lot of people, I think, believe should have died with Steve Carell's leaving. It should have been the Michael Scott show. Ah! What's up, baby?
Nothing. Just gotta come in there and ruin a boss fight, I guess.
What's up? What do you, it's already over. What do you gotta show me?
I put up different curtains and all there and it's all curtains changed.
Okay. Oh, there goes the lead god. It sucks. Oh. Nothing you can do about it now. I know it's a mimic. It might honestly be better to just drop the... Well, with the extra damage, maybe it's okay. I wish we had a better way of keeping count on the Polaris. Because then it'd be a lot easier. Man, we're sitting on so many fucking blanks. Oh, well, okay. We're safe for the rest of the run. Dang. Could have just done that beforehand. I haven't done the RNG floor in a long time. Let's just do it. You okay? You okay? This gun's not very good. We're just using it as filler. How many more do we need? This is not super good either. Does he have anything for sale of value before we go? I'm not gonna use the flare gun if I get it, so let's just scoot. Let's just scoot. So yeah, now we are invincible for the rest of the run. Would have been cool if that had happened before we lost the lead guy, but we're invincible and we're packing like a ton of blanks. So even if the Elder blank is not available, we still have like 5. Yeah, 5 per floor. So it's the closest to ideal situation for safety. Dude, I really like how the doors on that open independently of one another. That's fucking cool. That's a nice little animation touch. That's kind of weird. Should maybe buy some ammunition. Going forward. Oh, can't pick it up. No place to put it down. That's cool. Those water things. There's still stuff, especially on this floor, that I've kind of failed to really take note of. I don't know why I'm so averse to using my good weapons. Dude, that first shot did a shitload of damage on her. Whoa! That guy's got some big balls that fly out of him when he dies. I wonder if these are literally the only room designs that they got for this floor, or if this is just what they thought was enough for this extra floor. Because it seems like, I mean, they always do the exact same floors, right? When you're here. Or the exact same rooms on this floor. But it could mean that there's more that they didn't really feel the need to show. Or it could mean that that's literally everything that they've done.
You're the only one who can free me.
Free from what? A helicopter? Dumb thing to think you're trapped in. You just get out. I thought I was the only one who could free you. Why do you want to kill me? I know that I have invincibility. It scared the ever-loving shit out of me. But sometimes I just want to use a blink. I gotta go check something. Real quick. Great sights there. Hey, Jackie. Did you do that downstairs? You're downstairs? Yeah. Wow, that's it sounded like it was like right next to the door. I wonder how much that's going to pick up on the video. That was terrifying. Why is this fucking locked? It's like always the map. Oh, that's so good, but we're not going to do it. That'd be like... If we had a second slot, that'd be perfect. But here we are once again. So there's almost no chance we're gonna make any use of the gun soul, but I'm not gonna get rid of it this time. I usually do, but now that I realize that it has extra health associated with it, I don't care too much. Sometimes it's weird. It feels like the enemy that replaces comes back. Is it the pox cannon noise this gun is making? No, it's the pea shooter. It seems I don't have legs of flight. I think that was an actual damage taken. It's a real problem with being used to having flight by this time. I don't even know when the last time I fought the rat was. Why do I feel like I'm expecting rat specific abilities? Man, I kind of wish I had like the Heck Blaster or something. I'd go up to 9.5. If possible. You don't always get to just add curse. But I bet there's going to be another Cursula. That's just how this run has been. Of course, no keys for sale. Gun Knight armor is a highly likely one. No keys for sale is not necessarily a problem because we might have a mimic. We are actually pretty likely to have it. Ooh, thread the noodle. I'm, of course, being stupid and risky because of my invincibility. Some of these dodges are ones that I would never attempt under normal circumstances, and you shouldn't either. Hey, cool. That's perfect. Not even looking fully in the direction of that. Fuck that item. God, the anvil is fucking good. Oh, whoops. Oh. Oh shit. I bet I need to level this up. No? How come? I fell into a pit. Maybe that one's got that. Has been given a pass for some unknowable reason. I really wonder what Dodge Roll's doing. I hope they're taking their time, enjoying freedom from pressure, but man, I'm ready to give them some more money. Like, very, very ready. Dang, dude. What shot was that? That one is not a mimic. Oh, what lovely positioning by that dude. Dang, I hate this fucking room. I might blank through the second phase. Kinda weird. What a weird goddamn layout. Oh, he almost picked me off. He almost took that corner. I almost got hit by a bullet from him that came around a corner. Ooh, pup. Dude, you can't push a table through a dog? Come on. Give me a little mimic. There we go. Come on, mimic cutie. Oh boy, I have never run out with a JK-47. Okay. So we got, yeah, there's some definite floatiness to that. This, I don't have a way to clear it. It's just not enough worth it, you know? It's unfortunate because, like... Hey, cool. I like this one. Oh my god, I wish I knew what she was doing. Okay, cool. Well, extra. Maybe buy this. Maybe buy this. Maybe buy both. Let me get out of here. Maybe just go nuts. Donuts. It used to be a lot more beneficial to focus on one gun. And like, I'm trying to decide whether it's worth it to switch between the two. If that speeds things up, or just fill one. It just depends on if there's a red or a green. I think they're about as common as one another now. You could use a blank to save some time. It's true. Boom, 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 boom. No lead god. I swear to God, that sounds like it is, like, that noise feels like it is right outside of this room door. At least the startup noise. I guess it's kind of just like, it's like down there. Use the M1 and the alien engine. The alien engine's fun. Got a little bit of safety. We'll probably, maybe that'll be the plan. If we're waiting for the evil, whatever the fuck it's called. God, what's the name of the thing? If we get hit and we're waiting for the Elder Blank to come back, we'll switch to less possibly self-destructive weapons. Until it, you know, until it rights itself, gives us that infinity protection. Well, we got an FOK, so this room still has something going for it, but man, should have been like one of the easiest lead gods of all time. I mean, maybe not one of the easiest, but it should have been an easy one. That was just a moment of surprise, flipping everything round, right round, right round. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's choose the knockback bar. Add vintage. How did that guy? Oh, I know. He spawned in a random wall. Okay. Give me a second to get through this wave before we adhere to our plan. What we don't want to start doing is start losing regular blanks. Safe? Of course. Fuck, man. If another one pops up, we'll pick it up. We'll go... We'll deal with Lord of the Jams on this run. You know? I never give myself that challenge. But this is a run where I think we could handle it. I wish I could go back and pick it up. I'm too, like... Lord of the Jam is like an always no while on this streak. But it shouldn't be. It should be 99.9% of the time no. When you have invincibility, maybe fucking chill out and have a good time. They call me the Fifth Seattle. You can't hit me. None of you can. Haha. Those are some good dodges. And intentional. Like, I'll be the first to admit when a lucky dodge is a lucky dodge. But those, that's what I was trying to do. Where's this one sitting? Maybe the biggest waste. No, because I can't take damage. Why can't I remember that? I mean, unless I jump off a cliff in the middle of the Lich fight, which has literally happened before, it should be a guaranteed LO. Well, yo, dude, what the fuck? Get out of here. I'm breaking my own rule right now, but I'm breaking it for a good reason. Sometimes it's safer to go wild. Dude, okay, it came back. It came back in time. That was still... That was still an older blank. Always the third one shot. Ooh. That dodge roll ring is great fucking shit right now. It's just okay, so we're not falls are included. Like, we still got the thing. I'm gonna shoot it just to test, just to make sure. Yeah, we still got level 3. So falls 100% are included. It's weird. So yeah, we couldn't lose the LO. Even if. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Man. I hope that you enjoyed the show. One day I'm going to feel comfortable talking about a poo. Today's not the day. I need more time with it. So, negative representation is a really negative thing to, you know, a lot of underrepresented minorities. When there's one example of your culture and that is like a pretty blatant stereotype, the whole, you know, convenience store worker, the never losing the accent, the religion is goofy, Hinduism is a continuous joke kind of character. That sucks. That sucks, and it's not okay. But I love Apu. Like, I think he's one of the most constantly, like, respectful and compassionate characters in the show, besides, of course, Ned Flanders. He is consistently, he's got a good moral center, even though, you know, he's a price gouging hyper capitalist. Like, he will do whatever it takes to make a sale in the Quickie Mart, but his love for his job and for his town and for his country are repeatedly on display in ways that a lot of other characters would learn from. But he's kind of a clown, you know? Kind of a silly clown some of the times, and that sucks. The religion is just there for comic relief. Not like, you know, Christianity, they poke fun at it, but it's not like silly in The Simpsons. It's just, it's standard. It's the accepted way. I don't know. That was a good run, though. That was a really, really good run overall. 317.